Their 16 losses have been by double digits over the course of the season. All right, Chandler, I'm going to start with you on this one. As assembled, is this just going to be another disappointing ending to a season?
See, they're in almost the opposite situation as the Knicks. They're a talented team. They're going to win a lot of games, but the West is so good. There's no real light at the end of the tunnel for them. Like, the Knicks still have hope that we can get to the finals. Anything can happen. The Lakers, they got to go through OKC, San Antonio, Houston, Denver. Like, Phoenix is tied for, like, they have so many teams ahead of them right now where it's tough. Now they have enough talent. They've been banged up. They can look at injuries. We all know that the defensive pieces that they're looking at right now at the trade deadline. So there is ways to better their team. Austin Reeves will be back at some point, but it's probably destined to another disappointing season, just the way that this season's panned out, all the injuries they've been through, their lack of depth, the way they play too. It's very similar to the Knicks, where it's a lot of heavy ISO, it's a lot of ball dominating by one guy, and it's kind of just stand still around, and there's no flow really to their offense. So again, I don't want to panic even if I'm them, because they do have a lot, and they have Luka, and they have LeBron James, and they have Austin Reeves, but they need some help. And if they don't make a move at the deadline to at least get a spark going towards the end of the season, I think they're cooked.
I just think they are what they are. I don't, I'm looking at the Western Conference. I don't think they're better than the teams that's ahead of them.
They aren't.
So are they destined for another disappointing season? It depends on what your goals were. If you were realistic with your goals and understood what the landscape of the Western Conference is, maybe not. But if you feel like you have championship aspirations and I'm better than the Spurs and I'm better than OKC, you're going to fall flat with the roster that you have.
Like, is a first round exit to the Nuggets a disappointing season?
Is it a real disappointing season?
Or is it
like
what we thought was going to
Or
happen?
is that what's supposed to happen? Yeah.
Like, is it what Chandler just said?
Yeah.
If it started today, the Denver Nuggets would be your matchup. If you lose to Jokic and company, is that really a disappointing season?
No, I think we'd all expect
So
that.
you got to manage expectation level. Like, I get it. The Lakers are a championship town team, and you better believe they're going to be active at the trade deadline to put them in that conversation. But as it stands, I think their record reflects who they are as a basketball team. They're right there in the middle.
Yeah, I think the Lakers are in a worse situation than the Knicks, and the reason I say that is, one, they're stuck in this place of trying to figure out what are they doing currently as a team, and what are they doing moving forward as a team. And it's a lot of glaring questions as far as, who stays, who leaves, what's great for the organization moving forward, what's not. So that's their own, that's one thing. And obviously, currently where they are as a team, they're just horrible defensively. Like, you're not winning a championship in this league without a top-level defense. So with all those issues on top of the biggest issue, which is just being a part of the Western Conference, I feel like if this team was in the East, they would have a legit chance to come out. Yeah. But, the West being as dominant and as rough as it is this year, it's just hard for this team to, be listed above those, the Denvers, the Spurs, the OKCs of the world. So, as far as this Lakers team moving forward, they have roster issues that they just have to figure out, not only for this season, but moving forward. And like I said, with no defense, it's no chance.
Yeah, it's crazy because Pelinka makes the big trade for Luka, which I think there's no doubt they won that trade, especially now given the AD circumstances. But now they have even more decisions to make. Do they pay Austin Reeves? Do they shop Austin Reeves? What's LeBron's future? Do we make a move right now to try and go get a Herb Jones type player to better our team? But we also have a fan base with expectation where we have to stay competitive. And right now they're competitive.
How do you know they won the trade? Like, what exactly does that mean? Because wouldn't the assumption mean you won because you're going to win championships now? Like, not the whole point of this whole game?
Well, they have a guy leading the league in scoring, and
winning
the
the
other team
trade
has a
being
guy
in a
that's
better
not playing.
position than you were in before you made the trade.
And they got a guy leading the league in scoring, and the other team got a guy that's now.
Are they in a better position?
Are they in a better position
than they were before? I feel like they're the same team.
They're in a better position.
They were positioned than the team
than Dallas.
Than Dallas.
But they were.
I'm talking about as the Lakers were before they made the trade, and the Lakers who they are now.
Well, yeah,
is there any difference?
Yes,
in who
I think they have Luka going forward instead of Anthony Davis.
But what does that mean?
But they're literally the
It means
same
a guy
team.
healthy leading the NBA in scoring.
I think
Well, cool. We have a guy that
saying
leads
the
the league
same
in
thing
scoring.
on two different timelines.
Well, I'm just saying, the guy, literally.
It's still a middle of the pack
You're
team.
saying long term, you feel like they're in a better position.
Yeah.
Boogie is saying right now, they're not in a better position. And both things are fair to say. Y'all are saying the same thing.
I don't know that you can
timelines.
say long term they're going to be in a better position just because you have a guy that leads the league in scoring. Doesn't
And the other
mean-
guy that they trade for is not available.
But if the teams themselves are just okay, cool, you guys are both hanging out right there in the middle. Who won what?
But it's also a
so
lot. Of,
neither team
but it's
wins the
also a lot of
championship?
questions to be answered.
Exactly.
How do you move
No one
forward
won.
post LeBron James? How do you build
Which
a team?
we can't even do that yet.
Exactly.
'Cause here
So
we
yeah, you still have a Hall of Fame player in uniform until you figure that out. This is what the team is.
So I'm saying I thought that trade was the big move. They have so many more moves to make.
It's like it just feels like nothing was done, yet everything was done.
But that's consistent with the Lakers. The Lakers are
nuts.
always in the business of trying to get better and trying to move players around. That's what they are.
What's more likely, Lou, play-in or Western Conference Finals for this Lakers squad? By the way, if we're talking on the other side,
Play-in.
this one's half.
They have the same record with the Suns right now that is currently in the play-in.
Don't yell at me. It was just a question I'm asking Lou. He didn't
Why
want
haven't
to.
you answered it? No, why? Do you have a different, do you have a different answer?
I listen because I really believe that when you have a team with Luka and LeBron James on it, at some point something is going to click in. And I also understand how veteran teams work sometimes, especially when one of your better players is in his 40s. Like this is cruise control until you get there. This is me being optimistic and just understanding how this thing works from time to time. I could be extremely wrong.
So finals
question.
or play-in, Lou?
Question.
Closer?
No.
I think they're a
running for
playoff.
office?
I think they're a playoff team. I don't think they're a play-in team.
Okay,
Y'all
well,
ain't
hold
gonna
on
get
a
me on
second.
no gotcha stuff. So
but here's why.
try
because
another angle.
You did say everyone ahead of the Lakers you think is better than the Lakers. Cool. Now let's go look at the Suns and the Warriors who are right behind
I think there is a huge gap between a play-in and the Western Conference Finals. I think they're a playoff team. I don't think they're a play-in team or a title team. I think
they're
they're a
a
playoff
half
team.
from the play-in, and the other two teams are also winning.
I think they are a play-in team that gets the
It's a huge gap.
7 or 8 seed and then gets smoked by the 1 or 2 seed. That's who I think they are. I think they're play. You think they're a top? You think they're better?
No, they don't guard. But
I've already said it. I think they're a middle of the pack team.
So they're gonna
and that's a huge gap between a
play-in?
play-in team and a title
middle of the
team.
pack.
That's
is-
different.
of the-
That's
of
a
the
different
conference?
Middle 4 or 5.
I
Yeah,
think
that's-
they're a 5-6 seed.
That's not middle of the
been-
pack. Middle of the pack is 7-8 out of 15.
6-7.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Hold on. You guys mean to tell me you think they're going to go to the Western Conference Finals?
No.
No, I never said
No,
More
that.
so than stay right where they are, which is playing?
They're a
think
game
they're
out of
closer to a
four.
play.
Where they're a game out of 4 where they've been sitting 3 or 4 all season.
But the question-
So
you're not answering the
asking,
question.
I am going to answer the question. But who have they shown me more consistently? They've been a 3 or 4 team more consistently than they've been a play-in team. When have they been a play-in team all season?
Right now?
They're
Right,
not. They're a
like-
6 seed right now. They're
I know,
not a
but the
play-in
6,
team.
7, 8 seeds are both all
No.
3 or 3 are just right there.
Are they a play-in team today? Have they been a play-in team all season?
No.
Okay, so what I'm saying is
They
the
are
team
on their
that,
way.
but where they are,
If they lose
can
tonight,
be-
they're a playing team.
right. But for 3 months they haven't been.
Right.
They've been a 3
I just
or
think
4
also
seed.
the West is so good. That is a big hurdle for them. Like
I think it's more so about the Western
more of the
Conference
conference
than them as
than
a
there is.
team.
Like
Yeah.
Boogie said earlier, if they were in the East,
This
But
would be a
that's what I'm
different
saying.
conversation.
But listen, first of all, that's a wide range question.
That's a hypothetical.
Play in or a title contender. Like no, they
Yeah,
can
it's
be
crazy.
actually who they are. They could be a playoff team that may lose in the first round.
Well, that's why Thunder versus the Field was always a dumb question. That's why I don't like these weird-ass questions. I didn't make it up. Conrad, that's on you. How about this? Because you got Lakers fans, but you also have LeBron fans, and those are not necessarily the same groups of people. So LeBron fans starting to hit a wall, and here's why. They're basically saying that the Lakers have actually floundered the end of LeBron's career. Went from making the finals 8 straight years to 1 finals appearance in the 7 years that he's been here. Why don't we throw up a little graphic here that's going to make everything make a lot more sense? And I know that when Boogie Cousins saw this earlier, he was a little bit taken aback, because that's pretty dramatic. We'll just jump down. First round exits the last 2 seasons, swept in the Western Conference Finals a few years ago. First of all, your reaction to that, Boogie, were you shocked? Had we just not been paying attention? Like, how do we feel? Because it kind of.
I wouldn't say shocked. It just, it kind of brought a little more awareness to, the situation of his career in LA. So, obviously he won a title, 1920. But for the rest of the time, it just hasn't really shown where, he's been put in.
That's what I say, that old.
Yeah, he's been put in the best situations. So, I mean, when you think about LeBron James, it should never be where he doesn't make the playoffs. You know what I mean? So, and it's hard for me to sit there and put that blame on LeBron. But to answer the question, do I feel like he finishes his career in LA? I don't. My gut tells me he finishes in Cleveland, and I think it just makes sense.
That's just
that's where the story starts.
Kind of corny, though, no?
No, I think it's great. You know, that's where his story starts. Obviously, that's where he's from. I think that'll be the first thing to hang his jersey up, obviously. So it just makes sense for him to end his career in Cleveland.
Does the championship outweigh the no playoffs twice and the first round exits, and also the bittersweet of making the Western Conference Finals and then getting swept? Does that all does that lessen it?
Who are you asking? Because I was asking you. So what do you think?
We're going to be interviewing you today. That's my question. Again, when I think winning one championship in 10 years, that is a huge accomplishment.
But not if you're a fan of LeBron James.
But if you're considered,
else.
exactly, and there's expectations again for LeBron James, there's expectations for the Lakers. But when you look at no playoffs 2 of those 7 years and first round exits 3 of those 7 years, that's tough. That's tough. And again, they have the one Western Conference Final and then the bubble championship, which a lot of people, like Beetle, think there's an asterisk by it. I do not.
It's the
best basketball we've ever seen.
It's a championship in 7 years, so it's hard to look at that like a failure because at the end of the day, they got a championship. So I think.
By the way, I never said it's not a championship. It's just a half a championship. I've never said it doesn't count. There's a banner.
Does the Spurs lockout year count?
Yeah, asterisk for a lot of people on that one too.
What about you?
Sure, because we had other ones that also count as full.
So do they, Beetle.
So I'll take it.
I'm holding Beetle to the fire today. I ain't going today.
I'm fine with it, by the way. No, by the way, this was part of the big... When LeBron decided to come and be a Laker, right, there were people that were very much split that will never accept him as a Laker. And then there are LeBron fans that are diehards to the end. So I think it's interesting that Boogie thinks he finishes in Cleveland. Do you guys agree? Like,
I said that last year that I like the Cleveland idea just because, again, that's a good story. It's where he started.
Movie.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It makes sense, but... It's when you look at this Laker playoff history with LeBron, like, is he one of the greatest Lakers of all time with this resume?
No.
So that's why I think when they thought it'd be much better than I guess what it is. I think
we forget how that story started though. When he went to the Lakers, they weren't competing for championships at that time. I thought that was very much a business move. Or
nobody even wanted to come to the Lakers.
It went no playoffs to a chip. That's crazy.
So I think we forget how that story even started. So, fans can feel how they feel about it. I think you got what you wanted out of it. You did get a championship out of it. Now, did you have a perennial playoff successful team? No, absolutely not. But you got a chip out of it. And we didn't even see that coming.
And that's exactly why I said what I said. When I look at this, it just brings a lot more awareness to the situation. With LeBron's history, I'll never be able to sit here and look at this and be like, this is LeBron's fault. I just don't think, outside of winning a championship that 2020 season, I don't really feel like he was put in a position to be successful with the Lakers.
But wasn't there a time when we all thought that he was sort of pulling the strings as to like when things were getting?
No, kind of, but like even like this year, add 25, 26.
Some of these conversations we talking about year like 17, 18.
I agree. Also, there's that. The calendar is also playing against LeBron.
This is a 25-year-old LeBron.
When you see when we add one more graphic to that and it's 25, 26 and it says first round exit again, is that LeBron's fault?
It's everyone's fault.
So no, I don't think.
But who are you going to blame? The front office? They brought you Luka. I thought that was supposed to change the way we looked at the world.
You definitely blame the front office.
Can I ask you guys a question?
They won a championship in 20 and he traded the whole team.
Can I ask you guys a question? Do we hold the Washington Wizards years against Michael Jordan?
No.
No, we go to the glory days. So listen, if you're afforded the fact that you can go 22
well, based
decades
on that,
into
MJ's the best.
No, but I'm saying if you go 2 decades into your career, it's like what are we even criticizing?
I'll tell you what we're criticizing. You are just trying to put the Wizards in the same sentence as the Los Angeles freaking Lakers.
No, I love the fact that LeBron James still has a certain level of people wanting to see him do good or bad. Like,
heck yeah.
Yeah, when we saw Michael Jordan in the Washington Wizards uniform, we were just happy to see him hoop.
I don't think everybody was. I mean, we could have a guest on again
He's
this week.
41 years old, and we're still like wanting,
we're
expecting
still having
him
this
to like carry a
conversation.
championship.
Exactly.
Okay, we can't have it both ways. You cannot praise him because he's continuing to play at a certain age, but then when all of a sudden times get tough, you're like, well, but he is really old.
I just think
guys.
expectations
I'm
also
both.
expectations
I think it's
lower
more about
a
the
little bit.
expectations.
Man, I'm sick of you young people and your LeBron love.
Like you expect a 41-year-old to carry a team to a championship?
If you're getting